Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this daily HODL show. My name is Davinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5, joined with Mr. M. Mr. M, how you doing, man?
I'm feeling okay. Guys, let me know if you feel or hear an echo. Please let me know right away so we can fix it. Still in my cave because I'm still a little bit under the weather, but better than yesterday. Thank you.
Yeah, he's not spreading his germs so that everybody here sick as well. So let's hope he gets better soon so that he can come back here in the studio and actually do the show together. I know you guys want us side by side, right? Holding hands.
One camera.
As we pray. Pray, hold hands. Pray to the Bitcoin God. Please go up. Please go. Oh, damn. No echo. There you go. There it is. Told you. I knew it. It was the chat, right? We just had to. But now the question is, can you hear my stinky farts?
I can.
Right?
I can.
Bruh. You're like, bruh. Can you hear them, guys? That's the next question.
Exactly.
Is that
the soundboard is working.
Mm-hmm.
No echo,
So
brothers.
we got
Perfection.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Is it all gone? Right? Did you guys hear that? Right?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I don't know.
We need to play. It's Friday, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's Friday there.
You guys hearing the soundboard?
Sunday, what? It's
Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. What? You guys hear that? Yes, no, maybe so. Come on.
Let's see.
Nobody's
Queen, have you
saying
heard
jack.
the sound? Exactly. Let us know if you hear the board, the soundboard.
I know.
Everything is perfect. Okay, awesome.
What does
Queen
that
said-
mean? Does that mean you heard that sound or?
I think she heard.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
So everything is fixed.
But Jorn, please tell us if you heard the soundboard, right? The different, I told you
so.
right here.
It's Friday
It could go higher.
It's Saturday,
Davinci DJing.
I don't know if you guys hear.
How dare you?
Greta. You hear Greta say, how dare you? No? Something. Come on, guys. Give us something. Say no.
I think we cracked it.
Like we already asked you guys several times that somebody texted. I don't know. Just nobody's listening.
Yes, we heard it. Perfect. Legend.
Okay. Thank God.
Amazing.
How hard? This was like pulling teeth. Wow. Okay. With that said, right? Hit the like, right? Because you can hear the fun, right? Hit the subscribe and right, and head over to Mr. M's channel and subscribe today. You're at 27K, right? And rising. Don't worry, you're gonna be over 30K in no time. Even though Bitcoin's, in a bearish situation, but hey, we're gonna pray for your Bitcoin to go up.
Exactly. By the way, tonight I'm interviewing a VP for Nakamoto. The treasury company David Bailey has put together. So it's going to be an interesting chat. It will probably go live on Sunday. So stay tuned.
Okay.
I'm excited about that one.
Is that a Bitcoin treasury company?
Yes, it is.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, they are feeling it as much as everybody else, to say the least.
Well, I mean, you could at least say that, if Bitcoin takes another dump, right? That would be a good time to buy their company stocks, but whatever. Anyways,
Exactly.
we're going to be, speaking, right?
Next week. Amazing.
Did you get a whale pass?
Yes, we have the speaker Will. Yes.
Did you get that email saying you must attend the whale pass party?
I think so. But I always go anyway. It's a whale night. It's on the 8th.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to be going. I'm going to get a hotel stay.
Yeah, same. Staying one night. We also have don't we have a meetup with the school thing on the? Is it on the
Yeah,
9th?
I had to cancel it because it was on Sunday.
Oh, we have the webinar.
Exactly.
Okay. Fair enough.
So yeah, that's just gonna have to be canceled. I can't organize. I got too much things on my plate to organize another meetup. I'm gonna have to do it another when I'm not so crazy. All right.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
if you want a huge discount on those tickets, the prices skyrocket. You can go into the description and there's 10% off right there, and that's if you use Davinci, right? And that's huge. That's huge, right? Okay. Yeah. If you want to get some Bitcoin, right? If you're looking to get some Bitcoin, looking to trade Bitcoin, you can head over to x.dj15.com. Links are also in the description below. Also, the webinar, as we mentioned, is also available. It's up there and so forth and downstairs. All right, now for the fun stuff. Okay, so we are going to check our address, right? Make sure it's right before we send that $150.
We are in tau mata whakatangi hanga ko au o tamatea turipu kaka piki maunga horo.
Okay, I thought that was German, but it's not.
Foka iwi he nua ki tana tahu. We are in tau.
Germans have these words too, right?
Yeah, butterfly is one of the most crazy words, right? Super long.
Schmetterling.
There is this beautiful video about Italians say farfalla and the French, and then there's like Schmetterlings.
Yeah, Schmetterling.
Amazing.
Or hospital, right? How do you say hospital in Italian?
Ospedale.
Oh, yeah, hospital in Spanish.
Okay.
And then it's Krankenhaus.
Damn. Oh, it's Maori. Yeah, it's probably a Maori town. True.
Damn.
Yeah.
Anyways. Are seed phrase free crypto wallets the key to mass self-custody? Experts weigh in. You know what? I just realized I should switch to another monitor. Hang on. So this is going to freeze for a second.
Okay.
You guys, you're frozen right now. And frozen in this particular page here. And I'm just going to unplug the monitor. Hopefully I don't break anything else. Oh, darn. This is really tight. So he said. All right, let's see if this is working. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, perfect.
So now I have the monitor in front of me instead of me looking down, and then you're like, "What is he looking at us?" Or what? All right, so basically, this is coming, right? This will come to a theater near you for the average Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? Where you either have a card and you just have another card stored in the bank or somewhere, or some third party is holding it for you. Probably not the same. It's guaranteed that, the governments will take your money, but, still better than you or grandma losing their money, right? So it's coming one way or another. And then, of course, Androids will be able to hold the money. So why not, you hold it in a card if you can hold it with an Android, right? So it is what it is, right? There's no way around that, but hopefully the majority of you guys will be like, yeah, just not gonna. That's not gonna do. Because then, right, there's still going to be a large percentage that does do this, and the saying, right? If you F around, you find out.
Exactly.
They will find out, right? For sure. Yeah. You know what? Let me just switch mics.
Do you think, meanwhile you are switching mic?
Yeah.
Oh, you sound much better. Do you think there's going to be, in a couple of years, the option, like you're saying, to have an AI agent who looks after your seed phrase or your Bitcoin stock?
For sure.
You basically set it up and you go, hey, I need to spend some Bitcoin, and the AI agent is making sure that
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because you could have a secured element in the agent so that if you try to take it apart, you wouldn't be able to get it, right? But the problem will be that you don't have control over what programs or software that's going in that agent, right? In that physical machine that's that's an AI system, right? And so they can change the software so that they become ledgers.
Damn.
Yeah, I went there.
You really went there. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? And so yeah, although it's possible to lock it inside of a device and that it can't come out, right? The problem then the issue is what happens with the device, right?
Exactly.
Right? What happens when the device gets broken? So you need a secondary one, and then what happens if that secondary device gets broken at the same time, which is also a possibility, lower probability, but still a possibility because Murphy's Law, right?
Yeah. Or what happens if the AI doesn't like you anymore?
Exactly. That's also another possibility, right? So it is there. It is, right?
You said something in your sleep, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna punish this guy for a week. I'm not gonna let him or her access to Bitcoin.
Yeah, but then that's where you'd have a third wallet that's being held somewhere else. But then you better have a password that accesses that wallet, and so that even if the government had to take it, they'd have to get the password from you, right, in order to take the asset. But then again, right, they could just hold it as ransom, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we know you have a password. You're not going to have this money, right? I'm not going to have this money. Unless you want to give me the password, and obviously you're not going to do that. But we're not going to give you the money, right? And that's that. And now we can throw you in jail, and we can prosecute you with because you have no money to defend yourself, right? So that's always the issue when we go to this kind of system, right? Of where I'm not taking responsibility for my seed phrase.
Yep, exactly.
A little bit of a mistake there.
Exactly. By the way, guys, keep asking questions. I'm saving them for the Q&A segment. So if you have any question to ask, use the chat box and I'll save them for the end of the show.
Simply bullish on Bitcoin here, saying it's simply bullish. Bitwise says that 5% rotation from gold into Bitcoin would send BTC to $250,000. Well, just under $250,000. That's a nice picture. I like that picture.
Yeah,
you like that picture?
I like the hopium.
Yes,
hopium of the day.
I like feeling the hopium. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
It would be interesting to know. I don't know if there is a chart for this, but it would be lovely to know how many people invest in gold and Bitcoin at the same time, and or just gold and or just Bitcoin, to see. Because I'm sure most of the money they have gold invested, they also have Bitcoin already, right? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, it'd be very interesting. Okay, so this guy saw this news and then said, "Wow, hey, listen, I'm quitting. Right? Can you just pay me for the 3 days of work? Thanks a lot." But then Bitcoin rejects the 93.5K as Fed rate cuts meets strong bear case. And this guy's back on the phone again. Remember what I said? I was quitting. I was kind of just joking.
I was just kidding, bro.
I was kind of just joking.
I was kidding, bro.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, bro. Just kidding.
Oh, man. Damn.
Oh, damn. As it falls back towards 90K. Wow. Strong U.S. job data. You know what? I when I saw this and read this part, strong U.S. job data.
Yeah, I know. I was like, okay, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I just heard yesterday they had to revise all the jobs that they had from last month, right? By more than 30,000 down. Yet all of a sudden, this new jobs data, which they won't have to revise and by 50,000 next month, right? Is good.
I know. And again, who's controlling the data? Who's reading the data? Because it reminds me of the CPI, you know? Oh,
the CPI, yes, I know.
Exactly. Trust me, bro, inflation is 2%. Yeah, right.
And so, yeah, whatever estimates they have, right? And they're revising the previous month by massive amounts, right? More than what everyone is expecting. Maybe you might want to adjust your formula to match. I don't know.
Yeah. So just keep a little bit of a shadow of doubt. just a little bit.
Just a thought. Exactly. Whatever. I bet you if we put, I wanted to put it through AI, but I bet you they would come up with a mathematical model that would be like, yeah, it's probably going to be a lot lower, right? So they can do that, right? They can get AI to give them a right model. But would they do that? No, because the AI will actually do something crazy. Do you know what the AI will do? If they try to put together what's it called, an unemployment model through AI, it'll give them accurate numbers.
Yeah, so then
want that.
They can't lie. Exactly. Exactly. This is interesting. Grayscale Chainlink ETF draws 41 million on the. Oh, that's nice. I need to find a place to track all those ETFs because now we have Doge, we have XRP, we have Chainlink, we have, of course, Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So I will try to do some homework for next week and see if I can find a place where we can see the inflow.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to add it to that same site that we did, right? Because
I think so as well. Yeah, I think so as well. It'll be interesting to see. But 41 million, not too bad. Not too bad.
All righty. Well, with Bitcoin coming down, you can get a little bit more Satoshis. Damn. The Bitcoin, man. All right. Coming down heavy. So now you're almost at 1,100. So there you go. Stack them sats every day. Like, I mean, so if you're just putting in a few dollars a day, you'll definitely see, especially if you do it on a daily basis with Bitcoin's volatility, you'll get a better average than somebody who does it on a weekly basis, right? That would make 100%. Sense, right?
100%.
So, yeah.
It's crazy how many sats you still can get for $1, over 1,000.
Yeah. And the beauty of it, right? You can do that with Solana, right? Let's see if I can bring it up here to show people just in case they don't know. And so basically what you can do is just head over to Jupiter. You don't go stupid on Jupiter.
Yeah.
Right? And then you could go reoccurring, right? If you have Solana, let's just say, right? Say I want to allocate 1 Solana, right? To TSAT, right? Notice the nice green leaf there. Nice. So don't fall for the bull BS ones, right? Look at how many scammers are already out there, man.
Unbelievable.
But the beauty is that I got this thing registered really, really fast. I mean, normally they take so long time to get this green check mark, but I think with the advent of AI and them able to like say, hey, is this guy BSing us, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like, no, right? So it's easy. They don't have to have an expert do it, right? So makes it easy, right? For them to check, right? And so that's how I got the green thing, right? And so you connect your wallet, right? Let's see here. Connect Phantom. Let's see here.
Let me switch screen just in case you put your password in.
Okay, and then connect, right? And let's see here. I don't have enough, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm just going to go, hey, you know what? I'm going to go every day.
Nice.
Right? And I'm going to say 10 orders. And I don't have enough balance, but you can see that. You can get split up into 10 orders into something small and then be able to buy them on a daily basis, right? On Jupiter.
That's awesome. That's your automatic DCA into Satoshis.
There you go. I think there might be a limit on how little you can go, but yeah, it's there. And you know what? I might even, if they make it too low of a limit, I might even create one for people to, utilize, right? Because what the heck, right?
Fair enough.
So that the people who have like $1 or to have $10, I think $10 is a good metric for DCA or $5 or something like that. Yeah, they can put it. Right? Or maybe the system will hold it for them, right? Oh yeah, you know what? We'll grab it for you and along with everybody else. If you have only $1 at a time to put it in, you can't DCA at the same time that everybody else. You can do DCA at around the same time that everybody else does, and then grab it every little bit in a pot so that nobody loses out to huge transaction fees. But yeah, anyways, moving on. That's another idea that I'd love to build, but now I'm thinking maybe I should not do that because I've got too many things on my plate. Oh, so many things to build, so many cool things. Not enough time, right?
I know.
Okay. Right? So they're basically saying that, if Bitcoin jumps 10%, people are liquidated. Dumps, and if it goes down 10%, people are liquidated. So because the market loves to go to where the liquidity is, they might jump higher. But here's the thing: those people might move. Stitch, get out the way. Get out the way, Stitch. Get out the way. Right. So yeah,
we'll see that. But this is interesting. An entity just bought 1,000 Bitcoin worth 93.2 million on Binance. Big money is accumulating Bitcoin. Interesting. We've seen the other day an OG wallet. I forgot how much he bought. It was a 33 million or something that we talked about the other day. So it looks like people are scooping up.
Yeah, look at this. There's going to be a day that an entity bought one Bitcoin worth $100 million.
Yeah,
That's coming.
soon.
That's coming.
Soon, near TSAT.
Right? And you could say, well, what's that? That makes Bitcoins not a $20 trillion market cap, not a 200 trillion, but a 2 quadrillion market cap. And you're like, what are you smoking? 2 quadrillion? And the answer to that question, right, is that I'm not smoking anything. What I am pointing out, right, is that first off, a lot of those Bitcoins are just never going to move. Secondly, right, so those don't count, right, in the real market cap, right? So let's just say it's not half, right? So it's going to be a lot. Even if we said it was half a quadrillion, would be like, what, right? What? Because that's a quadrillion in liquidity that can move, right? So you're thinking, how is this possible for Bitcoin, but not possible for Dogecoin or Shiba Inu? Well, that is a good question. That is a good question. You understand the bond market moves, about 60 trillion a month. I think it was. Yeah, I think we were looking at 60 trillion on average, 60 to 70 trillion. Yeah, it was around 60 to 70 trillion a month. And, other assets that we use, right, for storing wealth, right, are in the hundreds of trillions. Like real estate's in 300-400 trillion. And then the stock market, right, is another of 200 trillion, right, and just market cap, right? And when you realize that, okay, so you're saying I don't have to gamble my wealth and I will increase it just by waiting, right? And if you don't believe it, right, that yes, people will just do that, right? If you don't believe that they will, just keep in mind one thing. In 1901, the JP Morgan started freaking out. Why? Because people were not depositing money in their bank account. Why? Because there was no point. Why? Because the money was going up about 2% a year. Why? Because it was gold, right? It was backed by gold. It was $20 per ounce, guaranteed. And so as more and more people became more industrialized, and we ended up creating more value for your money, the money's value increased, right? Thus, it didn't make any sense to put your money at risk in a bank or try to invest it, right? Because, well, if you worked so hard, right, and you saved this all up, you don't want to have it go to waste, right? Yes, there will be people who do, okay, well, listen, man, I'm just going to play the odds. I know that 90% is going to fail, 10% is going to be success. I will invest 100 million, 10 million to every single investment. So that's 10 investments. 9 are going to fail, and 1 of them is going to succeed, right? Or they do that 5 million per investment. Yes, this is how the big boys do it, right? They understand that. And then they get the one that does 1,000x, right? And the rest goes to 0, right? Yeah, there will be people like that. But there should be an option to not be like that. Do you understand? And so that you can just save your money and watch your wealth grow. And this is what Bitcoin will do for the majority of people who just want to, see the increase in their wealth without having to worry about their counterparty risk, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
By the way, I can see a lot of questions in the chat. Stay until the end, guys. The Q&A is in the end. We can't just pick up questions now. Otherwise, it's going to ruin the flow of the show. So stick around until the end. we'll answer all your questions.
All right. So yeah, that means it will probably won't be measured in dollars at that time, but anyways, it will be probably quadrillions.
Or the dollar will be just
exactly
irrelevant.
Okay.
Okay, this is interesting. So balance on exchanges is dropping, right?
Mm-hmm. He says there's only 25,000 Bitcoin, but that seems a little bit low, right? So it's really
on the lower end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, over 25,000 Bitcoin left the exchanges. Okay, but then how many we have left? That's the question, right?
I mean, like, come on, like these numbers is just. I mean,
there's a lot.
That would be crazy. Wait until it gets down to 25 Bitcoins.
Exactly. Plus, we have the OTC. I don't know, but I've seen the number going down, but I don't know how many. I've seen a decline, but difficult to say.
Yeah, it's difficult to say, but if it is happening, that means, people are being smart, right? They understand what's about to happen. The great taking is coming. I mean, if you Google it, what the great taking is, you'll learn, right? Now, if you don't want to learn, you just F around and you'll see. You'll find out.
Exactly. You'll learn another way eventually.
All right. So Bitcoin, it doesn't require a bank or military to protect it. Like, at the Fort Knox, they have supposed gold there.
Should be there, kind of thing.
They probably went there to do an audit, and then they goes, "Oh, okay, we won't talk about the audit anymore." That happened, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's there though. Trust me. Trust me, it's there. But
trust me, bro. We got it.
It's there.
I mean, every single military person that's on that base, if you were to ask them if they're guarding any gold, they say, "No. We're guarding the fact that we don't have any."
Exactly. We're
they all agree with that statement.
They're still guarding something. It's just slightly different.
No, they're just guarding the fact that they don't have any gold.
Exactly.
You don't want anybody to sneak in and find out there's no gold. That'd be horrible.
So that's what they're guarding.
Exactly.
It's just a door,
Right? And some bricks of tungsten, right?
Yeah.
That would be a disaster. All right, so that's why you want to take possession of your Bitcoin or take possession of your Satoshis, right? You can get Satoshis, right? And get more Bitcoin, right? Or at least have the numbers that are looking higher as you build your Bitcoin stack in Satoshis. Yes. The system is working fine. And it works without me. They don't have to do any intervention, really. It's working perfectly as predicted. Okay. And yeah, if you're interested in just getting actual Bitcoin, you can buy it on exchanges, of course, and you can buy it by heading over to x.dj15.com. Links in the description below. Okay, this was like, oh my God. When I saw this, I was like, all I heard was like, round one, fight, and then a big thud. You lose, Peter Schiff. This is like horrible.
So I have a nice box. It has some. I think it's Kirk. Get back from. I got this from very really by lot out. It's down. Kyrgyzstan, 1,000 grams, fine gold, 99.9.9.
Yeah, it's heavy. Well, I don't know. I mean, is this what you're trying to? I mean,
so
you lose.
By the way, I watched the old thing, right?
Yes, you did?
Yeah, I watched it live. I was on my sofa streaming it from the Binance platform. And I mean, it was an absolute show. I mean, CZ did okay, did well, as always. He's really smart and bright guy, but Peter doesn't want to hear it. And I think down to everyone is trying to be logic with Peter, which it makes sense, right? You wanna try to teach him what Bitcoin does and everything. But I think the best way to beat Peter would be to just simply say, dude, Bitcoin doesn't even have to be valuable. Who cares, right? It doesn't matter. If enough people deciding to acquire it, that's it. It's all about the size of the network. Because he's going to argue on the logic, and then everyone goes to portability, disability, blah, blah, blah. But what is missing
but he thinks everybody's wrong.
I know, but what he thinks about what is valuable is not what everybody else, right?
Okay, so it doesn't matter. This is his mental thinking process is like, if everyone believed Bitcoin was the right type of money, right? Everyone except him. He believes that everybody would be wrong and he'd be right.
100%.
That's his thinking.
100%. And CZ, like you have when you debated him, you guys have shown him, like, if you are someone who's thinking rationally about, a bunch of different, he just doesn't, he doesn't want to, like you say, he doesn't want to see anything. So really interesting. But the whole debate was, again, CZ trying to explain. He even, you know what he said, Peter? CZ said when he handed the bar. So the video goes after, and then Peter Schiff goes, "So can I keep this? Can I keep it?" He didn't even
the gold.
Yeah, and he didn't even know how much was worth. He said $30,000 or something, which is way more than that. But besides the point,
that's 135,000. I just looked it up.
Exactly.
Right there.
Exactly.
You see it?
Yeah, I can see it. But besides the fact that he didn't even know the value, and he said, "Oh, I don't do grams. I'm in America, whatever." Then CZ said, "Well, you will have another problem. You won't be able to take it out of the country, because when you go to custom, they'll take it. They'll take it off you."
No.
And he was like, "Oh no, I wouldn't have any issues in transporting a bar from the UAE to America." So he doesn't even understand what is.
Yeah, I wouldn't. He's lucky if because he said that, he better not be carrying a kilo of gold back across the border and having somebody say, "Hey, I watched." The border patrol say, "I watched you on the show.
I've seen you on the Binance Blockchain Week. Empty your pocket.
Come over here."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you don't want any of that, right? Right. So, yeah, especially in the United States, right? I know guys who smuggled gold to me, right? And yeah, they would not cross. They said, "Listen, if I have to do a stopover in the U.S., no."
Of course, yeah. Who
Right?
wants to? Yeah.
Like even with they would come with 10 ounces of gold, and that's not 100. That's not a kilo. They'd be like, no.
Exactly.
Back when gold was just over $1,200, right?
And the funny part is then CZ, I thought it was brilliant. He said, well, Peter Schiff said, "I won't have any problem to declare in custom that I got a gold from you." And CZ said, "Well, if you tell him it's from me, you'll have more problem."
Exactly, Jack.
So it was hilarious. But yeah, it's again, he doesn't just want to. It is what it is. But he's also launching his scam gold tokenized thing. And trust Peter, your gold is in his hand. It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. It may not be a scam, but it will be eventually. That's all.
Yep.
Because it's all promises of gold end up getting broken. There's never been a history in mankind where a promise of gold never got broken. Oh, wait. Is there? No, actually, there's none. Can you take any certificate from way back when a promise of gold? Think of it. Think of a time. Think of a certificate that you could go back 100 plus years that you can use. You can just go back in time, grab that certificate, bring it here, and cash it in.
Yeah.
I'm waiting, guys. Do you think that's possible? Oh, really? It's not. Oh, so what makes you think on this God-given earth that his gold certificate on the blockchain is going to be able to cash into gold in the future? There's zero chance of that.
I know. But yeah, the old debate, if you ask me, was a marketing stunt for Peter promoting his new scam coin based on gold, which, I mean, we've already seen that. Like, the dollar was based on gold until the 70s, right? So it's not going to solve any problem. Plus, I don't want to trust Peter. With all respect, I don't want to trust anyone. I want Bitcoin because I don't have to trust anyone. I can just trust the math.
And
right?
Beautiful thing is that's why I built it like this way, right? Because I didn't want anybody to have to trust me. I don't like the trust me bro not approach. So why would I? Why if I don't like this trust me bro? Why would I expect people to trust me, bro?
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Right? Don't make no sense. So this system is not on the trust me bro system, right? It's on the chain. Everything's on chain. So if I'm not around, you can get your Bitcoin. Not a problem, right? There's no trust me bro going on here. It ain't happening.
Exactly.
Okay. Did we already discuss this? Oh, yeah.
No, not this one.
No, we did? We didn't? Okay.
No, we didn't.
Just felt like we did because we talked about it before the show. So Over 95% of the total Bitcoin supply has now been issued. Digital scarcity at its finest. What's interesting is, right, what will happen when it's at 90, when there's only 2% left, right? I mean, 1% is more than what Michael Saylor has, the BlackRock ETF has, right? I think Michael Saylor is he at 5% yet? No, not yet. Is he?
Michael Saylor?
He's at what, 650,000? So
strategy
10% would be 2 million.
Strategy
right?
has now 3% of the supply.
Yeah, exactly. So
650,000 Bitcoin.
So
but BlackRock has more, a little bit more. The IBIT,
So-
I mean, it's not BlackRock's, the IBIT account.
yeah, exactly. So how long will it take to mine another 3%, which will reduce the supply, the rest of the supply that's coming on by more than 50%? We thought, okay, it'll take a long time, right? So we decided to ask ChatGPT, and we're like, nigga, what? 5 years?
Damn.
In 2030, it's gone.
And it's gone.
Exactly.
Damn.
And by the way, for those of you in the chat who keeps bugging about XRP, I want to show you something. I mean, I want to talk about something which is super important, right? So just remember, if you like XRP, if you do like XRP, just remember that over 50%, 50, of the supply of your coin, which has been made out of thin air, like this one day, poof, there is a lot of XRP coin, over 50% is in the hands of a company called Ripple. Right? Think about this. Now, Bitcoin, on the other hand, the largest holder is someone or something, we don't even know, that has 1 million coin. That's it.
I generally hope that you don't get rug pulled on XRP, but if you do, right, it was obvious, right?
Yeah, just go and find a mirror. That's it.
And then don't blame the Krankenhaus or whoever it is, right? I think it was Krankenhaus was the name, last name?
Yeah, it's a bunch of thieves. He's one of
Right?
them, yeah.
You don't blame him, right? Because the data was there. You blame yourself, right?
Yeah.
When they screw you over, you blame yourself, right? Because you chose to ignore the data when people like myself, high-end Bitcoin developers pointed out, like, for example, Andreas Antonopoulos, right? Many times to the point where he's like, okay, I'm not talking to people like this. No. You want to do something foolish? Go right ahead, right? That's your money. That's your loss, right? And yeah, so there it is, right? Continue with your XRP and good luck.
Yeah, I know.
All right. BlackRock CEO calls Bitcoin an asset of fear. Dum, dum, dum. As sovereign wealth funds accumulate this fear-driven asset. Okay, well, first off, right? Yes, it is an asset of fear. Fear for the central banks, right? And,
Exactly.
and I know the central banks say, a central banker might say, I'm not afraid. You should be. You should be.
Damn.
Because it's coming to take your job, right? Now, BlackRock, right, is CEO. I think this is highlighted that Bitcoin appeals to the hedge against uncertainty category. The market is leading cryptocurrencies as an asset of fear, but it's not true. That's gold, right? Of course, gold has always had that title, and it will not break. Bitcoin is not breaking that title. It is an asset of what's it called? Opportunity.
Yeah.
At this point in time.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but would you define, if you take an airplane and they give you a parachute, would you define a fear of flying or an insurance that if something goes down, you can save your life? So it's all a matter of perspective. I wouldn't say fear. I would say something else. Because
most people are here for the opportunity.
Exactly. You know, it doesn't have to be necessarily fear. Like you said, it could be some sort of a way to say, hey, you know, just in case I have a parachute on my shoulders, you never know.
Yeah, but it's not. It's for me, it's not a fear asset of the fear asset. It's more of like, okay, dude, man, we already know where Like it's like if I say, "Hey, listen, right? Put on. We just jumped out of a plane, and you have your parachute on your hand in your hand. Can you just put that on and right so that you don't hit flat? Now we don't know when you're going to land, but because we're in clouds, but you might want to put it on, right? Is that fear?
That's what I'm saying.
When you know that you're going to collapse, right? Because there's a 100% certainty that the US dollar will collapse. So it's not about fear. It's like, dude, really?
It's about not being retarded, Hello. Yeah.
You want to what? You think you've got time. Oh, so you can just enjoy the ride down, watching us, pull the parachute a little bit early. Okay. Enjoy. I'll scrape you off the floor when we land.
Exactly.
Oh damn.
It's crazy.
Oh, I remember the speech way back when Wall Street unspun, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was Euro Pacific, like, oh my God. You want to hear this thing?
Let's do it. Yeah.
I think the idea behind Bitcoin was to digitally replicate gold, kind of a gold standard for the internet, gold 2.0, as some people have alleged. And, if you look at Bitcoins, the way they come into existence is that they're mined, just like actual gold. You mine them into existence. And just like mining gold, when you mine for Bitcoins, you actually expend real resources, real energy. There is a cost associated with creating a Bitcoin, just like there is with gold.
Yes, you go.
In contrast to
you got it.
Central banks that create pretty much limitless amounts of currency for nothing, out of thin air, at virtually no cost. And also, like gold, there is a limit. There is a scarcity in that there are only 21 million Bitcoin that can be mined into existence. I think right now there's maybe around 11 million. So there's still more that can be created, but again, it's going to cost money to do so. And also, like gold, Bitcoins are divisible. You can take one Bitcoin and make 100 million fractional Bitcoins that collectively would have the value of a whole coin. But the idea is that you can break your Bitcoin up into smaller increments for transactions, just like gold. You can have an ounce of gold, but then you can have a half ounce, you can have a tenth of an ounce, so you can make smaller quantities that are more ideal for transaction. But unlike gold, you can instantaneously, send your Bitcoin over the internet. You can't do that with gold. You can't transport gold because gold actually has substance.
He's getting
Bitcoins exist.
Yeah, no. This is AI.
No. He said this. He said that. I listened to this.
Maybe it costs
I know.
to store. You have none of this. It doesn't cost you any money to store your Bitcoins in your digital wallet. So Bitcoins really replicate all of the properties of gold, even improving on some of them.
Now, when I heard this, I'm like, did you change your mind? I was like, what the hell?
Damn.
But then he concluded, nope, it sucks.
Of course.
How do you get from it sucks from that?
I know. I know. It's like for a straight man seeing a single straight man, right? Seeing this amazing woman. She's clever. She's super fit. She has a nice physique. Nah, I don't want to do it.
Exactly. No, man. No. Yeah, she's gonna cook. She says she's gonna cook clean for me. Right, she's gonna rub my back, massage me when I come home, right from work, right. And if I don't want to hear any noise, she's not gonna say anything, right. Yeah. And if I want to talk about my day, I want to talk about her. She will listen. She'll do whatever I say. Like, no, I don't want any of that.
I don't want to do it.
None of that. Man.
It's okay.
None of that. No.
Yeah.
No. That's just crazy.
And I think this is where all the hate is coming from, because he knew in 2013 that this thing was something, and
he knew in 2011 at $7.
I know, but this is where the hate is coming. He's probably thinking, "Oh man, I knew when it was 7, I knew it was 700, I knew it was 7,000, I knew it was 70,000, and now I just need to, build my own brand and sell gold to people. That's it." he's doing an XRP kind of marketing strategy there. He's always invited to conferences. Everyone wants to take photos with him. They fly him first class. I mean, he cracked it, right? He's just
that's true.
trolling everyone.
It's true. It's true because you know what? He's the only counter voice in the world, right? When it comes to Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Right?
So I think he's trolling everyone. By the way, great guy. I did met him a few times in real life, and he's a really cool guy. It's just I think he's just playing the game. That's it.
Yes, I can tell because he was jabbing me on Bitcoin when I first met him in person, and I could see in his face. So what are you gonna say? And I'm like, okay, dude. Okay, old man. I'm not gonna.
Remember when we met him in Germany? He was like, "Yeah, see, I'm sending you Bitcoin now. It's invisible."
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, bro.
And we just laughed with him, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've already been down that route, and I've dealt with people like that far worse than him. So
I bet you have, yeah.
So it is what it is, right? I think out of all the people, I remember back in 2011 because I was doing YouTube videos, right? And there was a lot of YouTube channels, and like none of them are there anymore, right? That hated on Bitcoin. Oh, maybe one or two actually, but there's some of them have converted, of course, right? And then, but the rest of them they closed down, right? Because they had dedicated videos to make fun of me.
Damn.
Dedicated to make jokes, calling it a shitcoin. It was the first shitcoin before there was any other cryptocurrency.
I bet, yeah.
Right?
Damn.
They would like. I remember Don Harold saying, "Davinci has lost his mind." Right? You know, he's peddling this magic internet money, right? Like Magic the Gathering cards, right? And then he goes and finds out, oh wait, Empty Gox used to be Magic the Gathering playing cards. So they're proof. So, you know, it was nonstop, right? And so I'd had to defend that, saying, look, listen, man, it was a Magic the Gathering online exchange before, and they converted it to Bitcoin, right?
Wow.
Because they saw the value. So it's like, hello, right? Oh my God, it was ridiculous. Redonkulous.
You bought it for a trade. You know, it's a very volatile asset. You're going to have to be really good at market timing, which most people aren't. If you're buying it as a hedge against all your hope, you know, then it has a meaningful impact on a portfolio. The other big problem of Bitcoin is it's still heavily influenced by leveraged players.
That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about.
Okay,
actually.
I mean, that's Bitcoin. But we can see, because we see where the flows are coming from, we're seeing more and more legitimate long-only investors investing in it. There was an article about a foundation, endowment just bought a lot of IBIT. But I can tell you there are a number of sovereign funds that are standing by. They're adding incrementally at 120, at 100. I know they bought more in the 80s. Right. That's fine. And they're establishing a longer position. And you own it over years. This is not a trade. You own it for a purpose. But the market is heavily leveraged, and that's why you're going to have more volatility.
Man, the Andrew guy on the left, I can't stand the guy. My goodness. Oh.
And I don't think anybody else can either.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's quickly move along and finish this off so we can get to questions. I just realized that, man, I'm having so much fun in the show that I forgot the time. So history is repeating, right? We're seeing, you know, the spike in USDT usually correlates with them buying a bunch of Bitcoin and running the price up.
All right, I'll take it.
Yes. Okay. How investors are using crypto to preserve wealth and negative financial fragility, right? And this is a good thing to read. Why don't you read that for the people if you can?
Yeah, let me make it bigger so otherwise I won't be able to see. Over the past 20 years, prices have risen significantly in major economies. In many countries, consumer prices are substantially higher than they were 2 decades ago. True. Some economies have experienced extreme inflation. Yeah, Turkey, Argentina, while even traditional financial conservative countries have sustained magnificent price increase. As a result, cash buys less than it used to. Yeah, fair enough. Budget deficits have weakened, especially in the wake of the pandemic. I don't want to read that one in case your channel will get banned or something.
Exactly, yeah.
And central banks have responded with large liquidity injection. Guys, if you remember, during the pandemic, I think in 6 months they printed, 58% of the dollar, which is
It's a
nuts.
pandemic. Just keep that in mind. Pandemic.
Exactly, the pandemic. This has helped stabilize parts of the economy, but also has expanded the money supply faster than real economy. At the same time, investors are looking to preserve purchasing power, emphasis on purchasing power, and they pushed many traditional assets classes to near record heights, like gold, for example, or real estate, bonds. Younger generations often are facing high living costs, high household prices, and lower real purchasing power than their parents at their age. Yeah.
At this life stage, yeah. So
Interesting
yeah, exactly. So this
paragraph.
is what you're buying, and that's why you need to join us, right? Right to the at this this blueprint for Bitcoin, right? Because that's how you need to. You have to do a fundamental shift in your brain in order to really become. Oh, yeah, this is all I'm going to do with my savings. That's it, right? And so that's what will help you do. All right, so let's go on to the Q&A.
Exactly. Okay, let me switch cameras. Sorry, I'm still breathing heavy. All right, Mr. M, please just clear my mind. I was having trouble with Trezor, with the suit of Trezor. Then I saved the logs so that support can help me. I wouldn't share my logs with anybody. I don't know if you agree, Davinci, but well, one, you should
the
make
logs
sure
are
that
fine. I mean, because you can just give us, you can give people your addresses, right? Of course, and there's nothing they can do with those addresses. Because I did some investigation on somebody who said, "Oh yeah, I lost some money in Trezor because they took it," and I'm like, "Okay, let me take a look." And I found that if you're saying they lost money, right? I saw that they had transferred the money from an exchange, right? Took it out, put it back in the same amount, right? And then then they said the thieves took everything, right? When they transferred it out, because they're the ones who did transfer it out, and then added back more money and then took it back all out. And they moved, and so I'm saying what? To the same address, right? So, for example, let's just say you open up a Trezor account and you put in 5 Bitcoin, right? Then you move it and say, yeah, thieves took it. And then you say, okay, well, you know what? I'd like to say that thieves took more. So I'm going to transfer back to 5 Bitcoin, then transfer in another 5 Bitcoin, and then transfer it back to the address that I took it from, that it was originally from, and say, no, now those thieves took 10. So let me get this straight here. Those thieves, right? They knew you were going to deposit more Bitcoin, right? And then they transferred back the Bitcoin they'd originally taken from, because you see the address that they stored all your Bitcoins that they allegedly stole from you. Right?
Yeah.
Allegedly. Right? So they transferred it back to you. You added another 5 Bitcoin, and then they took it back out.
And they took it back out. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Raw.
I know. So I know. Trust no one always.
Oh, damn. And that person, right, who I was like helping them do I was doing the investigation, they swore up and down. And I'm like, come on, lady, don't take me for a fool.
I know. So even if, like Davinci saying, logs are generally safe, I mean, I would be 100%. I mean, my worry would be, who am I talking to? Who am I talking with? Are those real, Trezor people? Because this is really important, right? Because they might ask you something else next, and you are gonna fall into the trap. So make sure that whatever person you're interacting with, they are 100% the real people behind Trezor, right?
Exactly.
Do you guys borrow against your Bitcoin? Are you okay for spending? Well, I have no other option. I'm all in, so I have to spend Bitcoin. Yes, I don't have any other option. So I think if you are like me, all in, you have. But I think for a majority of the people, I think you should use them as a saving account. You shouldn't spend them. If you have a fiat job or a fiat income, I don't know if you agree, Davinci, but I would say, depending on the circumstances, right?
Yeah, so I convert all my income to Bitcoin.
There you go, even better.
Right, and then if I'm assuming that excluding expenses, of course, right, for the month, but yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
And sometimes I save too much, and then I have to convert it back to dollars. That's all.
Exactly. I mean, having a passive income in Bitcoin is probably the killer. That's the best thing you can do. How many questions do you want? Because I know you said we are running late.
So let's just two more.
Two more. When $10,000 candles? Well,
I could have swore we did have a $10,000 move, like upward from like 83 to 93, right?
And also from 126 to on the other direction.
Exactly.
Right?
It went the other way too. So I'm sure we saw $10,000 down.
Exactly. All right, our lovely friend Falcon season. What do you guys think about the 4-year cycles? And we will break those by institutional investing.
Yeah, I think we're probably here.
Do you still believe in the 4-year cycles, Davinci? Do you think?
Well, I can't believe until I see. It's still we could still be in a 4-year cycle right now, but we have to wait and see, right? I mean,
fair enough. Yeah, that is the quote unquote correct answer. I have my own controversial answer, but I can't say anything before because technically we are still in one of those cycles, right? Until the cycle breaks, which is going to happen. It has to happen soon.
If we see an all-time high, then you could say the cycle has broken.
Yeah, or if we go to the all-time high next year, for example, that will defeat the cycles, right?
I mean, exactly. I mean, even now, I mean, you can say that, let's see what I mean, would you consider the cycle broken if we got an all-time high this month?
Do you really want to know what I think about the cycles? I don't even think they ever existed. I think it's all about liquidity. That's it. But again, it's a very controversial answer, right? Okay. Because the data samples are so small.
Yeah, but the issue is that there's just so much liquidity in Bitcoin that made it, but that caused the price to drop when all that liquidity, in a sense, of Bitcoin came into the market. Because remember when Peter Schiff was talking, that was 10 million Bitcoins ago.
Yep.
That's a lot of liquidity.
Fair enough. But I mean, one could say the business cycles are 8 years long, and one could say, well, 2 cycles of 4 years, they make 1 cycle of 8 years. So potentially we could have just seen 1 cycle in Bitcoin instead of 2 at 4. So I think all those are man-made construct. Okay, there's been some price appreciation and depreciation, but again, it depends on when you measure, right? So the whole thing has been very interesting for me to witness. I guess this is going to be the cycle who's going to make me, if everything is going like you're saying, if we are going to respect the cycle, if 126 was the top and nothing happens until 2027 or whatever, then I'll have to say I was wrong. But I believe next year we're going to see a new all-time high, which means either the cycles have been disproved or maybe they never existed. But like you said, there's no point in saying it now. We have to see the data, right? So
exactly. There it is.
That's the best answer. Yeah, I agree. Queen is asking, do you have an ETA on merch in 2026? What type of merch? Let us know.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do merch, but if
maybe
I do,
we can find a company that prints.
If we find a company, we'll do it. Yeah, but I'm not going to deal with merch at all. Forget it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming out and watching our daily hodl show. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Oh, you know what? No, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna do a show tomorrow at the exact same time that the webinar is supposed to be. That's at 10 p.m. Saturday, and it's just gonna be a Q&A question and answer show pre-webinar. All right, nice. That's what I'm gonna do. Pre-webinar webinar. All right.
Nice. Let's see you tomorrow then.
See you.
Cheers.